Welcome everybody, great to be on. So for some reason the heading's not coming up on this video, so I'll have to edit it post video. So this is about breath. So many people, are doing breath exercises now. You've got this Soma breath, you've got all these different schools of breath. It comes back to our innate ability to hold consciousness. And when we direct that breath into our meridian system, we can let amazing things happen. And so we're going to be sharing a healing exercise at the end. Now this is again has been channeled from spirit. And so I thought I'd do something with breath as well. And ultimately, when we have, and what we're going through now is a tumultuous upheaval through the subconscious of collective energies within the human experience. And so, as we all know, the earth is polarizing as well, shifting her emotional body. And so this brings up a rise in disease and illness, because what's happening is the emotional body is still in denial, and so many people are exiting this planet. And I've been speaking to a lot of people recently, and friends, family, colleagues, just people they know have been randomly just passing over. And Spirit were very clear that that will happen because of this dimensional shift that we're going through. And we can't take that whole heavy emotional mental body through into this new earth consciousness. And so we're trying to simplify the process. Spirit are really trying to foster a new relationship with the New Age movement and take all of this jargon and mystery and ascension and 5D, take it all out, because this is all part of a distraction, it's all part of the illusion, because all of that energy already exists within us. So actually what they want us to do is just sit still and be human, because we're all trying to escape from being human. This is a beautiful experience. All the chaos is going on. That's okay. This happens every cycle, every end of a cycle. We've got the, this whole issue around climate change. We're just exiting a mini ice age. Again, all part of natural cycles. So these things are polarizing. And there's a lot of, as we call them, trolls in these New Age movement groups at the moment. Even I got attacked the other day, which was bizarre because it's never happened, but ultimately it was quite fun because, they said I was a lizard because I was giving a healing meditation. And, these people are either two things. They're either part of that troll network, shadow energies, or they're just very, very misinformed. And obviously, it gives rise to a lot of jealousy and hate when we are opening ourselves up, because three things will generally happen around you when you go into self-inquiry. People around you will either ignore you, they'll either attack you, or they'll come up to you and say, I want some of what you've got. Show me how you're doing it. That's the three things that will happen. Because ultimately, when you are shining and you're opening up, if people are not ready to work on themselves, they're going to push themselves away from you. But if they're ready, they're going to awaken to you. And if they're still full of shadow energy, they're going to attack you. It's always one of the three. So be aware that this is happening on a colossal level at the moment. And you're going to get a lot of transference from people around you. Work colleagues, family, friends. And they're going to be playing that victim consciousness out on very subtle levels. Okay? We've already seen rising narcissism. They're being highlighted, narcissists across the globe, through the celebrity, through the main networks. And so that energy is being exposed, because when the shadow energy is releasing itself, the light shines on it, it brings everything forward, awakens everything. And so this is going to be happening intensely till the end of this year. And so just be aware of what's going on around you, and try to stay out of the mainstream narratives, try and stay out of other people's problems, just try to keep to yourself as much as possible, because your souls are shifting so much unconsciously. And as you're opening up, you can magnetize, because everything on the planet's magnetic. So if you're releasing, for example, deep held fear that you may not have felt for years or lifetimes, and you're releasing it, it's coming to the surface, that energy is around your auric field. And anyone else that's in fear is going to draw to you immediately, because yes, you're healing, but still we have to understand the universal laws of magnetics on this planet. So be careful when you're releasing, because you're almost opening up. You're vulnerable in some ways, but you're also empowering yourself in that vulnerability. But that can draw people to you that necessarily would get in the way of your transformation. So if you just set the intention each day to be aware of these energies, you will see them before they even come near you. You'll be talking to someone. You may see a friend coming across the room and you go, okay, I know what's about to happen here. I can feel it. Because if you set the intention to feel it in the morning, you will, because we are feeling beings. That's our universal language, it's our truth. So again, different to emotions. Emotions are reactions to experiences created with belief systems. Feelings are your guide, your truth. They are the energy that comes through your meridian system. So when you get the chills on your skin, that's your confirmation. And when you get excited, that's your soul energy. So these are the things that we need to start focusing on. So always follow that chills on the skin, follow the excitement, follow the joy, follow the inspiration. So most people are saying, what's my purpose? Your purpose right now is to go into self-inquiry, is to align with your soul. There is no greater purpose on the planet in this timeline. What people don't remember is when they incarnated into this timeline, they were given the choice to awaken to the next level of consciousness. So there is nothing more important. This is a journey inwards, not outwards. So forget all the accolades, all the university degrees and everything, and I've got to be this job in 10 years, I want to be the boss, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's all good, as long as it's in alignment with your soul. However, work on yourself, and that next step will open up naturally. And you won't have to put that energy of masculine energy of striving, struggling, will to attain it, because it's already in the contract. So all you need to do is awaken to it, surrender to it, and it will open up to you. And someone will ring you and say, I've got a job for you, boom, 2 seconds, it's done. And that's how it works, because ultimately we are not meant to be in struggle anymore. Struggle and survival is actually now a choice on this planet. Many people argue with that, because they will say, okay, so what about all the people that are getting bombed and blown up and all the rest of it? That's their energy, that's their experience. We've done that in other lifetimes. We've gone through that. Most people in self-inquiry now have mastered, they've almost fully mastered this earth cycle. So you need to think of yourself as a master, almost there, not as a victim. Because if you're listening to these videos, you're into this work, you're ready for transformation. Don't compare yourself to anyone else that's going on the planet. Younger souls will go through that trauma until they process that experience of duality, of fear, of shadow energy opposing itself, so polarized. And so, again, it's not to be disconnected. You can still be empathetic. But if you haven't worked on yourself and you try to help someone, you're going to get pulled into their story. And it's going to be undercurrents, and it's really going to pull you. And a lot of times you're not aware of it. But it will stop things from manifesting. It'll make you feel down. It can ruin your motivation. It can open up psychic attack. It can do all kinds of things. So just be very, very aware how you're putting your energy out, especially to the end of this year. All right. February, things are going to be much lighter, but we are still in this 3-year feminine energy. So basically, as we know, the Aquarian age, the return of the feminine consciousness, started in January 2024, pretty much officially, within that 3-month period. But that 2024 was the beginning and the birth of that energy. Yes, it started in the 60s, but for it to really ground and actually activate, it was the beginning of last year. So we've got these 3 years to the end of 2025 for self-inquiry. This is the best time to work on yourselves, because everything's open. Now, when you open up, you are going to feel the depths of other lifetimes, because there's always the gift, right? So you feel the deepest of the shit, or the shadow, but ultimately it offers the release just as quick. So yes, you're going to go full swing into the shadow, but it's also going to release. Instead of taking time and months and years to go through the whole process, things can happen much faster. But we're all powerful. You just got to have the guts to do it and say, right, I'm going to do this now. Yes, I'm going to feel crap. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to feel that. But it's okay, because those emotions, ironically, want out of you as much as you want them gone as well. So we're trying to reverse that whole understanding about emotional energy. The reason why the planet's so messed up, because people fear going into their emotions. They fear the pain body. And that's been set up in a way, but also because we haven't been given the right information on how to transform it. And we are victims through misunderstanding, because we don't realize that we are the ones that are always creating our own trauma. Yes, there's someone that is other physical personal beings or people that have reflected that back to you, and the human ego will always judge them. Oh, they did that to me, blah, 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 blah. But on a soul level, you ask them to do it to you, because otherwise you never learn. If you don't have the shadow energy, you can't learn. So again, we want to take the primordial concepts of light and dark being two different energies. They are the same consciousness. One is always serving the other. And we're starting to see that now. We're starting to see a lot more of that when we can look beyond the veil, and we can just look beyond our own story. But, you know, the veil is thinning to connect in with that. So all you need is intention to move into that. Okay. So look, I'm going to read off this breathwork exercise. So look, what I'll do is I'll just put the actual exercise written on this video at the end. All right. Okay. Breathe. To control life through the mental body alone is to hold your breath. To awaken life is the free flow of oxygen moving from the brain into the mitochondria of the cells. Oxygen opposes stagnation. When you try to control, you invoke a shortening or lack of oxygen to the brain, further enhancing the mental body's control over the mind. When you breathe, your intention should be to awaken cellular conductivity by opposing polarity, so it activates the magnetics to draw in the algorithm of the divine source coding. When you are in a constant state of stress, anxiety, or fear, the flow of oxygen doesn't ignite the cellular coding that dimensional frequencies are trying to align with. Furthermore, it enhances the survival and servitude reality many on the planet experience. The colossal shift occurring on Earth will not falter, and in many ways it leaves a lot of people in a juxtaposition of consciousness. To awaken unilateral hold within the subconscious, you must invoke the hypothalamus. Through this unique gland, you will awaken all the denied, repressed trauma your soul is carrying. Now, collectively, you know deep down that this truth will magnetize some form of dysfunction when denied. The soul creates dysfunction to ignite what has been denied, and swings and roundabouts will control your reality until you listen to your inner self. Your separation from this voice is why you all feel tired and discombobulated. Human collective consciousness is in a whirlwind. The basal energy many surrendered to is no longer in alignment, and people feel bored with certain behaviors and outlets they once enjoyed. It is a gift from the soul for you to awaken something new from within. It would be wise to listen and follow the excitement and inspiration. And in some ways, your cellular information is getting angry because it's not utilizing its full potential, which is now aligning with universal expression as part of the plan for planet Earth. We will share a breathing exercise to awaken unilateral hold within the subconscious mind via the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus will now be one of the most important organs to work with the next 5 to 10 years, even more than the pineal gland. There's no point activating the pineal, which is a portal into all dimensional consciousness and densities, until you have cleared third dimensional consciousness from thousands of lifetimes of struggle, servitude, and trauma. It is safe to say you are all beckoning the call from within. So how do we listen to something so foreign to us? Something that scares us and something that is unknown. Well, the good thing is that you are all aware of this in your unconscious self. So just listening to these words, regardless if you don't understand it, is activating something within the powerhouse of your meridian system, which aligns with your soul and multidimensionality. You are ready for this breath work if you listen to this message. Don't let your mind fool you. It will tell you a story. It will label you. It will make you believe that what you see in front of you is reality. It will tell you that this is an illusion, your physical world. Furthermore, you are a hologram of your true self. Your thoughts and feelings shape physicality. It is like a virtual world. You constantly depend on programming to shape reality and evolve. On the planet now, you are shifting your awareness to remember non-duality. What you like to call your galactic masters of light. Many of you have ideas of who and what they are, and that is okay. We will say that frequencies of collective forces sharing the same intention are stabilizing the planet's core and her emotional body. When chaos is in formation, as it currently is on your planet, there must be a stabilizing field around it. So these beings are holding the outer core of the planet's consciousness while she goes through this turbulent transformation. All the chaos on the planet now reflects the Earth's emotional body and human expression and experience. You are more linked to the planet's consciousness than you may realize. You say, as above, as below, but we say now, as within, as without. So forget about the higher dimensional frequencies, the ascension, and getting out of your bodies. Instead, focus on what this planet is speaking to you. It would help if you look through the chaos to see the truth. The truth is simple. Chaos births a new consciousness. The darkness descending upon your planet, as you like to say in your biblical terms, we assure you that the shadow is in full swing to align itself back into its light body. You must clear the earth and base chakra to feel safe in your body. If these two are clogged, you'll be running from human collective fear and your parallel lifetimes still in struggle. If you believe you are not worthy of meeting your true self and self-worth needs to be at the forefront of self-inquiry, you will not align with the non-physical collective reality. You will only align with the agenda for planet Earth once you feel your worth. There are many breathing exercises on the planet, and they also help you in various ways. The technique we are going to share with you will be infused with an electric blue algorithm. This intention, set out by the universal directive, will awaken what is denied and repressed, giving rise to emotional and mental freedom. Once that occurs, your soul can move consciously around your human body and bring light and fruition to your path. Survival and suffering are now a choice. Yes, we said it is a choice. So it is a lie when your mind tells you that's just the way it is. A lie built on trauma that hasn't allowed to oscillate. This technique will first awaken the earth chakra and base chakra. Once clear, the frequency algorithm can move through your body uninterrupted, manifesting the intention with little restriction. We can only bring this upon you once you accept your sovereignty and reality. Please understand you are the life's creator and destroyer. No one else is responsible. But there is a lot of power in that awareness, because if you know you are the creator and also the destroyer, you can control how you would like your life to unravel, instead of believing you are at the whim of societal programming. Okay, so again, great message. What I'll do is I'll post the exercise. I'm not going to read it off now because it's actually an exercise, and I'll put it on this video. So have a go with that. When Spirit brings these things through, like I said, if your intention is there to receive this, it will shift something in you. It's going to awaken something in you. But also be aware that it will highlight stuff that also needs to be worked on. Because a lot of people are still in this quick fix. The problem is, this is the problem with the ayahuasca now. So many people are going and doing all this, and they think it's, they're healed. And so many people come back, oh, I'm healed. I saw my great grandmother. I did this. I saw my childhood. But what you don't realize is that you have to actually then work on that. The ayahuasca just awakens you to what you cannot see. Yes, there is some healing, obviously, but to really heal, you have to feel the pain, you have to feel the trauma, you have to acknowledge it. But it will move through you very, very quickly once you come into alignment with the universal laws for transformation. And I've put them in there as well. Very, very simple technique. And so, you know, get out of this new age hype. There is nowhere to ascend. We're multidimensional. We're already everywhere. Okay, what we need to be is human. We need to be grounded, and we need to awaken the soul around us consciously. Okay, so Spirit has said this so many times, and that frequency of that message comes through all of the messages. So yeah, anyway, good to speak to everyone. I will see you all again soon. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, I'll bring another message through. All right, so practice the exercise, and I will post it on this thread. All right, thanks so much. Speak to you all soon.